I wanted to make a video about how there's a flaw in the white man's mind. White leaders, even good white leaders like George Lincoln Rockwell, seem to have a need to seek the approval of homosexuals, or not Rockwell, he didn't seek the approval of homosexuals, but non-whites. In Rockwell's case, he sought the approval of the Nation of Islam, particularly Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X. Also, for example, Tom Metzger, another great white leader, sought the approval of the Black Panther Party. Moving on into modern times, we have Glenn Beck. I wouldn't consider him a white leader, but a conservative leader, sought the approval of blacks feverishly. And you also have the new alt-right movement, where they push and push and push. Western civilization doesn't have a biological component, or, oh, well, it has a biological component, but yada, yada, yada. And they seek the approval of people like Alan West and, Alan West, David Clark, the doctor of common sense, all these folks. Now, I'm not saying that you should be anti-black. I personally, or anti-anybody for that matter. I am not a white supremacist, as I've said in other videos. I particularly like mestiza and castiza girls, which are admixture of Native American and Mediterranean blood. Now, the thing is, you don't need to be a weak, pathetic little bitch in order to basically, you can even want to mate with somebody that is not white and not seek the approval of every non-white. Another good example of this is the Milo Yiannopoulos craze, the homosexual Jew, or Ben Shapiro, another Jewish gentleman that has infected the conservative movement. Now, these people by themselves are not necessarily even meaning badly, but who is acting very poorly are the white men that seek the approval of non-whites feverishly as like they need to satisfy some innate flaw in them, where they're like, well, I can't be a racist because I like that Jewish guy, or I like that Negro, or I like this person or that person. The fact of the matter is, you need to understand that until you can be happy with being white, any approval you get from all these other things, it makes your movement nothing. And that's the problem with the white nationalist movement, even going back to George Lincoln Rockwell. George Lincoln Rockwell tried to validate his movement through the Nation of Islam by saying, well, we Nazis, we can't be racist because we seek the approval of Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad. Now, Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X, it was an envy thing. He saw these people, and I gotta admit, I'm not actually, I am actually very envious of the fact that the black leaders and the black people look up to the black leaders. The white race, as George Lincoln Rockwell said, doesn't have that. That's why I got out of the white nationalist craze and why I went into Pan-Americanism. The white race has degenerated, and it has degenerated of its own accord. It has chosen to, seek the approval of people that are not worth the approval of. If you want my honest opinion, the alt-right movement is basically a scam. It is a scam by the Marxists to paint National Socialists, fascists, and others as mindless idiots. Because you get two kinds of alt-right. You got the kind of alt-right that are like, I don't believe in no biological race. And then you get the other kind of alt-right that are way, way, way too interested in a biological race. Now, the reason I'm making this video is I get a little ticked at some people, and it's unfortunate, and I took a little break from social media to avoid saying things on Facebook I might regret. But the fact of the matter is, it is completely crazy. See, I don't even consider myself a white nationalist. I'm not even a racist. Now, the funny thing is, people I know that would portray themselves as white nationalists or as believing in a white ethno-state, who are racist, seek the approval of non-whites more than I do. I don't seek the approval of anybody but myself and chicks that are cute. Okay? And that's the bottom line. I don't need the approval of anyone. And there is some type of flaw in the average white person's mind where they need the approval of somebody that is not white, is a queer, or something else.